Large language models can actually do some planning, which is an interesting ability. So they can actually go through and take patterns and with few shot examples, and they can learn what the next action should be given a particular situation. But I'm giving you this example not because they're limited to, coming up with planning in the sense of actions or, doing sentiment analysis, but I want you to expand your sort of mind on what's possible with few shot prompting and see it as a technique that can be taken and adapted to all kinds of situations. So we've seen how we can use few shot prompting for doing sentiment analysis. Now we're going to do something very different with it. So we're going to take a look at this example where we're describing different situations with driving a car. So in the first one we say, situation, I'm traveling 60 miles per hour and I see the brake lights on the car in front of me come on. And the action is we're going to brake. So again, we've got a first example in our few shot examples. Situation, I've just entered the highway from an on-ramp and I'm traveling 30 miles per hour. Action, accelerate. So we're teaching the large language model that it's going to be given a situation and it needs to decide what the car should do. Situation, a deer has darted out in front of my car while I'm traveling 15 miles per hour and the road has a large shoulder. Action, brake and swerve into the shoulder. Situation, I'm backing out of a parking spot and I see the reverse lights illuminate on the car behind me. And then we prompt it with action. We leave off at the end of our prompt with something that indicates to the large language model we want it to decide what the action is. And what do we see it do? It actually says stop and wait for the car to back out before proceeding. And it's making a sensible, decision about what the action should be. Now, I don't think we should go and build self-driving cars with few shot prompting. I don't think we're going to get there with that. But I do want to show you that we don't have to think just within a narrow, rigid box of classify something. We can actually kind of have complex tasks that we're having it perform. Now, sentiment analysis is a complex task, but this is also a very complex task that's sort of in a different vein. So I want us to think very creatively about how we can use few shot prompts. Now, again, one of the things that we're getting is we're getting some constraints on our output. It's learning what the output should look like. Now, I'm going to then go and do something else interesting. I'm going to show you kind of an interesting capability of large language models. And one of the things that can be done to use one large language model to teach another one, which is kind of an interesting capability. So I'm going to say, please provide more examples, and then I'm going to kind of prompt it with situation. And it's going to start generating